All right, so fall camp in the books now. It seems like you're still kind of some little changes today on the offensive line. You've seen Josh at left tackle. How do you feel like the line's coming along? Now with 10 days to first game.
It's good. You got competition, and you're just rotating guys around and seeing who can handle some of the pressure of being with the ones and who can handle the pressure of being with the twos. And so far, the attitude's been great. They all know they're competing. In particular, the tackle spot between Emmett and Josh, and so we're watching, we're grading everything, and they both know. Between Emmett and Josh and Max, they're going to rotate for us to keep them fresh. We feel we got 3 tackles. The bad thing about it is we can only start 2. The good thing about it is I feel we got 3. And same thing on the inside. You got a lot of guys like Kate coming back and Kyle Scott coming on strong, and we get Sean not back, but we've got enough depth and with Ben Coleman, so we're trying to find out who to start, but also what's the rotation going to be like, and at what point does this guy have to rest and this guy have to take those down. So it's good, it's fun, it's nice to have some depth.
At what point, do you want to have things kind of solidified? 10 days out. Is there a certain time, or is it kind of maybe it's going to go into the season before you kind of get a feel for it?
No, I mean we're always going to. We're always going to try to have a starting 5. At least by Friday, going into it, and every week is different. We'd like to keep the same starting 5, but if someone plays better than another, and that's when you have depth like that, it's nice to be pushed. Getting them, and I think our culture is good on the team and in that room. That know everybody's gonna have a role, and everybody's gonna help us win. So you'd like to have a starting 5 the whole year, but realistically, guys are still gonna battle, and we're taking it just 1 week at a time. So hopefully by Friday we'll lock down a starting 5 and enter our first game with that 5.
What's a good number to have? When you feel like everybody's, assuming everybody's healthy, just what's a good number to have on a game day?
A good number would be 10, but realistic number, if you have 8 guys you think you can start, then you're good. And then your 9th guy, your 10th guy are guys that, if we get in, then we'll be fine. But if you have 8 guys you think that can start, that's a good number realistically. And then the other 2 are guys that, if we get in, I'm not going to blink. I feel good about it. And then just continue to build to those other guys who aren't the 8th, 9th, or 10th guy, and to continue to develop the young guys and getting them reps and getting them meaningful opportunities to just improve and get the feel for the game. And the youngsters like Terrell Kim and even Makua Pule and Champ Westbrook, just getting them those reps of just game-like situations throughout this whole season and for them to develop their confidence.
Were you able to get everything that you wanted to accomplish in fall camp done with your unit?
Yeah, I think we've, for the most part, a couple bumps and bruises. We stayed healthy, and we established something like physicality and things like that, and we established standards. So when we have a bad day, it feels like a bad day. The guys aren't just running off to the locker room. So I think the culture, but that's just the program. I think the culture is good, and one bad rep is not going to ruin the practice. But they also have standards. They try not to get those bad reps, but to try to stay consistent. And I think the guys have done a good job. We're not too up and we're not too down. We're consistent, and they're learning to just do their job and get off the field and roll.
So obviously, game week starting up next week. What are the things that maybe jump out? I don't know if you guys have fully gone into kind of the Wyoming defense and stuff. What kind of maybe jumps out? What kind of things are you wanting your guys to? What kind of message you want to get across in game week?
Well, just going to Wyoming, and we picked at them, and then they're going to play hard, man. They're one of the best coached teams in the country. I faced them a lot of times in my career, and they're always sound. This year is they're going to be physical, they're going to be sound, they're going to be twitchy, and for us, it's just you got to do what we do and don't lose our minds and try to reinvent something. An offensive lineman seeing the guy on his outside shade is his outside shade. He's on his inside shade, his inside shade. So just kind of narrow no focus, and then having them come up with their plan to execute that play, no matter what the opponent is, what they look like, what their uniform is, and just understand everybody we face this year, they're gonna have good. They're gonna have good schemes. They're gonna play hard. They're gonna have good technique. So Wyoming is, like I said, I'm familiar with them as far as playing in the Mountain West this whole time. A lot of my career, and they're good. They're really good, and But it's just our time to just focus on us and do those little things that kind of help you win your one-on-ones.